about the coaching process, the high-level coaching process in general, that goes from observation mode, observing your life, acknowledging what is going on in your life, what is working, what isn't working, what beliefs you have, what thoughts you have, what feelings you have on a daily basis, and how they are contributing to the life that you are living, that you are consciously or subconsciously, unconsciously designing. And taking that acknowledgement and then the reflection onto, wait, what actually does matter to me? Let me take that responsibility. Let me step into my power and start designing it by understanding how I do want to feel and how I do want to be showing up in the world, and what thoughts do I need to have in my head to allow those actions to happen, for those relationships to happen, for that energy to radiate out of me. What thoughts need to be in my head so I can feel this way and dance through my life how I want to dance through my life, intentionally. So from the observation, acknowledgement, into reflection of what's going well, what isn't going well, and then into redesigning, as I like to specifically say, because I love designing and graphics and creativity. So redesigning those thoughts, those actions, those feelings into thoughts, actions, feelings that you want to be feeling in your intentionally designed life, and then putting it into action. So that's the gist of the coaching model, as I will call it. Of course, the chakras, looking through the lens of each of the chakras, root to crown, is another way that we implement that model, but it all starts with observation. I have so many conversations, and I catch myself in it as well. How are things going? They're fine. Life is great. Life is good. All is good. But we taking the time to observe how you're actually living isn't something that we do very often because we are busy. Life is full and rich and fast. I have been listening a little bit to that book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, and it's an epidemic in our society. We are rushing. Like, no longer can I pick up the phone and call my girlfriends and just happen to catch them. I have to plan it on a calendar so that I can catch them, so they can catch me. We're all in this go mode, which I am fighting against and simplifying in my own life because I honestly despise it, and it's hard to show up in the energy that you want to show up as when you're just plowing through autopilot living, as I like to call it. You're not stopping to think about, is this relationship serving me? How do I want to feel in this relationship? How do I want to feel in relationships in general? Is my day-to-day habits, mindset, feelings, something that lights me up and allows me to dance in a way that I want to dance? Or is it just plowing through the day and suddenly you're at the end of the day again, numbing out, zoning out, not reflecting on how you're living? And to be fair, I think a lot of us do that because that is automatic. Stopping to reflect, to observe, to really think about how you want to feel, to think about what thoughts are racing through your head and how those are shaping and affecting your actions in the world and how you're feeling, thinking, showing up, isn't a natural process. You have to stop and do that. So it's easier to go through the day of all of your activities, get to the end of the day, feel like you're pooped. I mean, to be fair, you are pooped. You're not just feeling like it. You've been doing a lot. And to stop and think about, okay, what's been going through my head today that I can pluck out on paper? Why do I have that belief system in my brain? Is it serving me and the life that I want to create? At some point, obviously, it did serve me because that's why it's in my brain. It kept me safe and stable in some capacity. but now is it serving me? And in the life that I'm trying to create for myself, is it serving me? So taking that time to be in observation mode isn't natural, and I get it. It will become natural if you work with me, because I'm all about observing. And this today is a fun activity that I don't know where I came up with it, but I was just thinking about being in observation mode and how do we make it fun? Because when you're like sitting back and reflecting on your own life, I have all kinds of worksheets where it's a log. You can log, there's ways to log your food, your exercise, your activities, your mindset, your relationships, how they're making you feel, how it's contributing to how you want to feel ultimately or not contributing, what's the belief system behind those activities and relationships and food and nutrition that you have in the day. So I have those worksheets. Like, those are fun. Those are, you just have them and take them through a week of your life and just observe without judgment about how you're showing up and living. Where's your time going? Where's your energy going? What energy are you bringing? All of that stuff. This is a silly, fun exercise to bring my point across in a different way. And so we're going to call it watching your own life as a movie. Because I think there's just a lot of pieces to this exercise that can be ahas for you. So first of all, watching your own life as a movie allows you to observe your life, give you that detachment, that separation from the day-to-day that you're living in, and watch it as if you're watching a friend's life or a movie. You could consider a play if you're more into plays. Are you going to be on the balcony or the front row of this movie or play with your chocolate-covered raisins, in my case, my favorite, or popcorn, your soda, the coffee that you smuggled in, whatever it is for you when you're in that mode of watching a play or a movie, because you're going to sit back and take a second to do this for your own life. So of course, first of all, you have to cast your character. Don't overthink this. So when I say cast the character that's going to emulate you in the movie of your life that you're about to watch, who would it be? Who instantly comes to mind? Trust that heart instinct of what is rising to the surface there for you. This is a whole nother little observation that you can do, because I believe that whatever is rising to the surface for you there is probably that person has some traits, is radiating some energy, is living in a way that is drawing you to them and inspiring you. So logging and noting what that is too could be insightful for you. For me, it was Kate Winslet. I mean, honestly, I love Kate Winslet. Who doesn't? But it kind of surprised myself. I mean, yes, she's a brunette and she's British, so I've got both of those in common with her. But that was what came up when I started thinking about this exercise again recently, and just watching her age and be graceful and have this calm energy, but she's also stylish and showing up in the world as her beautiful self and doing that gracefully, and even I would say more gracefully as she gets older. I'm like, heck yes, I want to be like Kate Winslet. Amazing. So Kate Winslet is my actress that I am observing when I'm on the front row with my chocolate-covered raisins watching my life. So step number 2, once you figured that portion out, is to outline your life. Not your life, a day in your life. You can choose a day recently that was really most enjoyable. That might be a fun way to start it. Or you could do one that was a little bit more challenging if you're up for taking on that one. So just bullet the list. You got out of bed at the alarm, you went for a run, you came home, you had time for a relaxing shower, you made your green juice, you hung out with the kids and watched some TV before you headed out to work. On the way to work, you got to listen to your inspiring podcast or audiobook. Once you got to work, you took some time for yourself to do a little meditation and journaling on your goals before you got into your work day. In your work day, you got to work with amazing, strong women that really light you up. And then you actually even took a break midday to do some yoga and stretch your body and feel into your body and get out of the go, go, go of the workday. And then by the end of the day, the traffic was a little insane on the way home from work, but that was okay because you still had your audiobook. So you get what I'm saying. I'm kind of running through an ideal day for me right now, but just bullet it out. Bullet, 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 bullet. And then sit back. What is the setting for this, for your life going to be? Of course, I'm predictable and I love the holiday. So my setting is the holiday. I'm going to choose, let's say, the Los Angeles location. So I'm Kate Winslet, Los Angeles location. There's my cast member. There's my setting. My plot is all of the bullets that I've created for my day. And now I can sit back and play it out. So however works best for you in visualizing. Quite often for me, it's just like close my eyes, really picture it on the screen in front of me. But to sit back and observe without judgment what is happening as you watch your character go through the bullets of your day. So this is the part where you also, along with your chocolate covered raisins or popcorn, you have your journal because you're in observation mode, not judgment mode, observation mode as to this woman that is on the screen of your life, that's interacting with your children, that's going to your job, that's interacting with those key relationships in your life on a daily basis. How are you observing her? What energy is she radiating as she dances through her life? When you're watching this movie, is she showing up in this positivity and abundance, or is it kind of negative, numbed out, just getting through the tasks of the day? Is she stopping to smell the roses? What is her focus on? Is there a focus? Does she know how she wants to feel? Is she living in her own power, or is she living by the whims of the things that she's doing and the people that she's surrounded by? In her relationships, what energy is she bringing to those? Is it a two-way relationship, or is it submissive? Is it dominant? Is it kind? How is her relationship with her body? Is there a relationship there? Is she flowing and dancing? Or is it more just a physical entity that she's running around town in? What rocks her focus? What's causing her stress, anxiety, or excitement and joy? Where does she light up throughout her day? Is she the leading lady of her own life? So as you do this exercise, what should-haves, would-haves, wishes, or ahas are arising? What feelings or thoughts are coming up for you as you watch this movie? Are you happy, excited for her, sad, lonely, stressed? Observe it. Take these notes, and it just gives you that starting point to see where you can make some changes, where there's maybe an opportunity to shift your energy, to shift how you're showing up in a relationship, to start redesigning your life to align with how you want to feel. So that observation mode, that reflection mode transfers into the identifying, okay, this is how I'm observing. It seems like she's feeling great some of the time, not so great other parts of the time, which is a given, right? Life, you feel 50-50 for the most part. Positive, not so positive. But where's the moments where you can shift it and question what thinking is happening in our mind that's causing some negativity there? And is there an opportunity to shift the belief system so that you can create more of a feeling that feels aligned with who you want to be and how you want to dance through life? So this exercise, I'm excited to hear how it works for you. I honestly just get a kick out of doing it every once in a while. And I'm like, who am I? Like recently I've caught myself saying like weird little one-liners, like a granny, like game on. And it's just funny, but I sit back and like observe myself and what does that bring? Who am I and how am I showing up in those relationships, trying to be the jokester, or what is it? But observing it and embracing it for, honestly, it's still my life, right? So, but giving yourself the opportunity to have a little detachment, to get your journal and observe, to see how she's actually feeling, and to look at it from an outsider. Because you look at your friend's life, we can all do it really easily for other people for the most part, right? Look at your friend's life, look at your sister's life, your brother's life, your mom's life, and see where they're causing their own pain, where they're just like on autopilot and not allowing passion and small pleasures and their own heart and their own voice into their life. So this gives you an avenue to do that for yourself by looking from detached you to cast Kate Winslet you, and to give you that starting place of, ooh, there's these little opportunities of how I can make the changes to live more aligned to myself. Root to crown, as I observe, reflect, redesign, and implement these new thoughts, feelings, and actions in this life that I want to be living. So I'll leave you with that for today. Let me know. First of all, I want to know who you cast as yourself. Where's your setting? How was the movie for you? And how can I support you? Like whatever ahas came out for this, how can I support you in designing some of those ahas that maybe weren't so great into actions, thoughts that can align with you and the life that you do want to be dancing for yourself, the movie that you do want to be watching. So thank you so much for joining me. Happy Friday, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care.
If you like this podcast, I want to invite you to coach with me. Let's ditch the autopilot living to slow down, tune in, reset, and redesign your life to glow from the inside out based on the beautiful being who you are, what matters to you, and how you want to dance through this life. I help you understand your self-sabotaging ways, program thinking, and tendencies to outsource your power, and reshape them to align with the true you for this chapter of your life. To join me in a complimentary coaching session, go to my website, www.jemmaputty.com. Sending all the love, light, and vibrancy. Until next time.